till this point of time, you would have definitely heard that Python is object oriented programming. Why we say that? In today's video, we are going to deep dive into object oriented programming inside Python. My name is Omkar Pawar. You are watching Optimistic Omkar. If you have not seen our other videos from Python for Data Science playlist, then you should definitely check them out. That will be really helpful to you. So let's begin with the video. So what is object oriented programming? Let's try to understand in simple words. Look around you. Right now you are holding one object in your hand. That is nothing but your smartphone, or you may be watching this video by using your laptop. But let's take an example of a smartphone, right? Somebody did not directly create this smartphone. Somebody first created a blueprint to make this smartphone, because we don't want to just make only one smartphone, right? In a factory we are going to manufacture lot of smartphones, and to create those smartphones we need a particular blueprint. So this is what we do inside object oriented programming. We have a blueprint and then we create lot of objects by using that blueprint. Let's see what is that in case of a smartphone. So if you see, in case of a smartphone we have one blueprint, and by using one blueprint we can create different smartphones. Right now if you see, I am using different brands. I know not all of these phones have like manufactured by using the same blueprint, but what I am trying to do here is trying to give you one example, so bear with me. So we have a smartphone blueprint, and by using that blueprint we create multiple objects of that blueprint of a smartphones. If you see, we created a first smartphone as a Redmi, then the second one is Samsung, third one is Apple. So we used one blueprint, that is nothing but our that blueprint in object oriented programming is nothing but our class, and the objects that we create, we call them is instance of that blueprint, or you can even call them as objects also, in the simple words. So let's try to create this phenomenon, this object oriented programming, and let's try to create a smartphone blueprint by using the class. So let's get into our coding environment in the VS Code. So what we will create, let's see how we can declare. So when we wanted to declare a function, we used one particular keyword, that was def. In a case of a class, we will use class as our keyword. After that we will give name to our class, and for the naming convention, what we do, we keep the first letter of the any name of a class as a capital, so we can know that is nothing but a class. So we will write here smartphone. Okay, after that what I will write, I will first define one constructor method, that is nothing but init method. So whenever you see init, that means initialization. So this init method, constructor method, automatically gets executed whenever you create any class. So what we will write, and don't forget to write self inside it. So it will tell that this self is a function of a particular class. So without that it will not work. So let's see our example again. So what things a mobile phone has? Let's try to make a list of those things. What things a mobile phone have? We can say that let's say one phone can have a RAM, then other thing a phone can have is a storage. Okay, I'm just trying to notice few things because there can be lot of specifications in a mobile phone. RAM, storage, let's say camera. Okay, so let's say our phone have three things: RAM, storage, camera. And what our phone can do, there are different things. What our phone can do, we can call by using our phone, right? So that is going to be the function of our phone. And the RAM, storage and camera, these are going to be specifications. So let's create a function. Let's say calling is a one function, okay, and the second function is messaging. So we have two functions and three specifications or attributes for our class. So let's try to create this inside Python. So what we do now, whenever we are going to create a smartphone, every smartphone is going to be have different specifications. So what specifications our smartphone can have? Let's say our smartphone will have a name, definitely a model name, and other thing it will have is a RAM, then storage, then camera. Okay, so these four things our smartphone will have. And whenever we are going to define a variable, we have to pass it using the self dot, then variable name, and the whatever variable name we got from the creator, from us, we have to assign it. So we can use this variable later down inside its functions, or we can access these functions outside of the smartphone when we are going to create its object. Let's create self.ram equal to ram. In most of the cases you will be doing this using the same name. We will just write self.storage equal to storage, nothing fancy. Self dot camera equal to camera, whatever, however maybe megapixels camera you have, you can give that information. After that, what I will do, I will create one function that is going to be define call, and in that call I am going to call self, because by calling the self we are telling that this function belongs to smartphone. Then we don't want any user, or we can also take specifically for this function we can take a phone number, okay, as our variable. So it will be important to enter a phone number when you are going to call. Then right, you want to know who are you going to call, you can't just call it to nobody, right? And let's say that calling to, and enter our phone number, okay. And let's have one more function, that is messaging. Message self, then we can take a person's name, or we can also take phone number again, to which phone number we want to message, and we can take that particular message that we want to send. Let's say message, and inside that message sent to phone number. Which phone number? Whatever phone number that we give, phone number. So our blueprint is ready. So let's create some smartphones, right? We are going to be lot of rich. So let's create our first smartphone. So what that smartphone can be, let's create mi smartphone, Redmi. So what we will do, I will call my function, my class now, I will create an instance of a smartphone class, and while creating that, what things I have to give, whatever things inside this init function, I have to give these values to that. So what is going to be the name of my mobile phone is going to be mi, right? And the RAM is going to be, let's say, 4 GB of RAM, and the storage is going to be somewhat around 32 GB of storage, and camera capacity, let's say it have 12 megapixels of camera. I don't know which model they have these features. Okay, first I have to run this, then I will run this one. So our object got created. Now what we will do, we will try to get these values, we will try to test if our phone is working or not, right? So what I will do, I will type mi dot, our object is got created as a mi, so I will use that mi to access all the information that should be there inside that phone. So I will try to, let's say, mi dot name, I want to know what is the name. So the name, we can get that value from here, from the object. We are getting all the values from the blueprint, from the class itself. Then I want to know what is the RAM of my phone, I want to know what is the storage of my phone, right? Then I want to know what is the, how many megapixels of camera do I have, 12 megapixels of camera I have, right? So this way we can create a function, a object by using a class, and this is nothing but process of creating objects is called as object oriented programming in a Python by using class and its objects, or it is also called as instances also. We create instance, object, it is the same thing. Then if you take here, now as a homework, or if you want to create, you can also create a phone as a Samsung also, you can create a phone as a Apple also by giving your own values. So that will be a nice go through for you for practicing this concept of a class. Now your mi smartphone have all these specification, name, RAM, storage, camera, but your smartphone is working or not, we have to also check that, right? Let's try to call someone. Let's call mi, then I will write my function name, my method name, call who I want to call. I have to give the phone number here. I will type a random phone number, don't try to call on this one. Let's see. So it is saying calling to random number, so it is calling, so it will execute whatever be code is going to be inside this call function when I am going to call it by using an object. So, and I can do the same with the message. Let's say message, the phone number, again a random phone number, and the message is let's say, thank you for being my 100th subscriber. Thank you my friend, you are the 100th subscriber. So we will say, we just today we reached to 100 subscribers, so it's a celebration time for us. Thanks to my buddy for subscribing. So this is a message, and we have sent this message to our 100th subscriber. So you will ask me that what is the benefit of creating an object, right? So imagine if you just have one blueprint, only one blueprint, you can create multiple objects by using just single blueprint. Isn't it a very powerful thing to do, right? You can create as many phones as you want by using the same blueprint, or you can do lot more things with the classes that we are going to see in our next video. To make sure to check that video out, that is, I'm going to posting that video very soon. Thank you for watching our video, and take this as a homework. Try creating Samsung phone. I have created mi phone. Try creating Samsung phone. You can add more complex functions in it. Do as you wish, and if you do so, let me know in the comment section below. Now you learn about what is object oriented programming. Object oriented programming is really a powerful tool. So with great powers comes great responsibilities also. So make sure you are going to use it wisely. Don't create too much smartphones for you. So object oriented programming, we will be using it in our future projects that we are going to do, to write our code in modular fashion, to write it more readable, to make it more reusable. We will use this object oriented programming, and this is a really amazing thing to do. And till now you have learned lot of concepts. What are the data structures in Python, what is a function, what are the objects and classes. So till now you have covered all the basics that you need to start exploring things on your own also. So make sure like you are doing your own research, visiting different blocks of code, going to different websites like LitCode, HackerRank, to practice your coding. Getting more and more hands-on practice is more uh, important than watching any video online. So value your time, go to these websites, or you can easily find lot of hands-on questions for practicing your Python skills. So make sure you practice a lot. And that being said, thank you for watching this video. Let's see you with part 2 of object oriented programming, where I will be explaining some concepts related to it. So to get notification about it, make sure you subscribe to our channel and push that bell button. Thank you. Have a great time. Let's see bright side together.